Hey everyone, this is Pamela Howard. I am your luxury event planning specialist, and it is Monday. It is time for us to take an intentional break. Monday midday message. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to go ahead and grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your snack, get in a place where you can take a break for just about 15 minutes. 5 to 15 minutes, whatever your occupation allows. Not sure who's streaming live, but hello, I'm streaming from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I am here to remind you, as your action buddy, that you need to make sure that you're taking breaks during your workday. Now, some may be home simply because several of us have experienced a snowstorm, although the main roads may be getting clear. Understanding that some neighborhoods may still be having challenges with getting to those main roads. So we understand that. But for those that are at work and our first responders who have the opportunity to be postured to be taken to work, we thank you for that. So just giving you a few more minutes to grab your snack, your tea, your coffee. We are going to talk about how we can take intentional breaks. However, for today, something came to mind. In order to be able to take an intentional break, you need to be able to identify when it is time to take a break. It is very important that you're able to identify the signs of needing to take an intentional break. So, we're going to talk a little bit today about what those signs look like so that you can make sure that you're taking those intentional breaks so that you can be more productive, meet those goals towards your dream, enjoy that journey, taking it day by day, bit by bit. So, one of the signs that you may experience is having a hard time concentrating. Have you ever been like reading or preparing for a presentation and there's something that you have to research or read and you keep reading it over and over and over again? And then when you get ready to write, it's like, I ain't got it. I don't get it. And this is an example of having a hard time concentrating. When if you ever experience this during your workday, you need to look at the clock, see if you can go ahead and find a time in your day and take that intentional break. And when you take that intentional break, make sure that you're doing something that is not work related. Now, for those of us that work from home, like I do sometimes, now, when you take a break from your desk and from your work, don't go in another part of the house and start doing work. You're leaving work and going to work. That is not an intentional break. I just want to be very clear about that. So, if you happen to work from home and have a home office and you need to take that intentional break, my advice to you would be to actually get out of the house, walk your neighborhood, put some headphones in, or go sit outside and have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or have a snack. Just get away from it all. If you have a pet, give that pet 10 or 15 minutes of your time and take that intentional break. That has nothing to do with work. So, again, if you're having a hard time concentrating, that is a sign that you need to take an intentional break. Now, eating habits. Have you ever thought about your eating habits being a sign that you need to take an intentional break? Now, this could be from your work day, your work week, your work year. Intentional breaks aren't necessarily 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes you have to take an intentional break, like a week's vacation, and just really get away from it all. So, if your eating habits have changed, so say for instance, you realize that you're just eating throughout the whole day. Like you're at work and you're eating, you're on your break and you're eating, you're home and you're eating, and before you go to bed or while you're in the bed, you're eating. Those are not really good eating habits. And also, if you're not eating, you're missing lunch. You're not taking a snack. You're not taking an intentional break where you can take an intentional snack. You're not having dinner. You're skipping breakfast. All of these eating habits are not good. And this is also another sign that you need to think about throughout your day. Are you taking intentional breaks? When you take those intentional breaks, are you actually going and grabbing a cup of coffee? Are you grabbing a quick healthy snack so that you can refresh yourself, regenerate, and be more focused? Another sign is always talking in your head. Now, this is a different one. Um, Sometimes I'm looking at some notes here. Sometimes when you're talking in your head, you're just talking about everything that's happening. Whatever's happening on your job, whatever happened with your neighbor, whatever happened on work, or this project and that project. And you're just talking in your head, but you're not actually getting anything done. So you keep repeating it over and over and over again. And you just in your head, it's like you're having a little tug of war in your mind about your work day. This is another sign that you need to take an intentional break. Start by taking that 5 to 15 minute intentional break. But if it's work in general, start planning a week or 3 to 4 days where you can take an intentional break and get out of your head. I always advocate to people, write things down. They're never ever going to get out of your head if you don't write it down. You can talk about it day after week and month, but if you don't write it down, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm one that lives by my calendar. I use my calendar on my phone, on my computer, to schedule everything. But there is some type of connection with just physically taking a pen or pencil and writing down. It is a totally different mindset. Write it down, get it out of your head so that you can be intentional with your workday. Now, last but not least, feeling dreadful while waking up. Now, I've experienced this before I learned how to take intentional breaks, learning how to recognize those signs and learning how to be more productive in my day. So, say you go to bed at night and you actually get a good night's rest, but then you wake up and you feel like you haven't slept at all. Your stomach has some type of feeling, you're nauseous a little bit, you don't really want to eat. See, there's those eating habits. This is another example that you need to start incorporating intentional breaks in your day. You cannot be productive. You will not execute and reach your goals. You will not enjoy the journey, and you are not taking it day by day and bit by bit. So, these are just 5 things. So, I'll go back and recap. So, take notes, recap some of the signs. You have a hard time concentrating. Your eating habits have changed. Either you're eating way too much or you're not eating much at all. Always talking in your head, not writing things down, and you're waking up feeling dreadful, feeling nauseous, and not having a productive day. So, I have a couple of things that I would like to share where you can start executing immediately to take intentional breaks. These take 5 to 15 minutes. And the first one is send a tangible touch with send out cards. You can go here at UP Howard Plan Shop. And also, if you want to purchase something for yourself, Tupperware.com. And then if you just want to have a chat with me for 15 minutes, you can go to meetings at hubspot.com/Pamela Howard. And I'll be happy to chit chat with you about understanding how to take more intentional breaks so you can be more productive in your workday and refresh, regenerated, and start taking those days day by day, bit by bit. All right. This has been another Midday Monday message. I thank you for joining me. Listen, type in comments if you got this on the replay or if you was on here live. I would love to engage with you about taking intentional breaks. Listen, they work well for me. I wake up feeling refreshed. I go to work whether I'm working at home or whether I'm working out of office, and I feel really great. I look forward to my intentional breaks because it just gives me that energy. I know I already start getting anxious about receiving the energy, but taking those intentional breaks and then going back and being more productive and getting my day done. So I hope these tips help you. See me again on next Monday for another Monday midday message. Also, don't forget, when Wednesday is coming up, we all are winners, and I would love to show you how to win in your business. Have a great Monday.